Don't train harder. Train smarter. Because after 60, your body has changed the lock and you're still using the old key. I'm going to tell you something that most fitness channels will never say out loud. The reason you're not building muscle isn't laziness. It's not low willpower. And despite what your doctor might have implied, it isn't simply age. The real reason is biological. It has a name. And once you understand it, everything changes. In the next 12 minutes, I'm going to walk you through 10 secrets that the top 5% of men over 60 have quietly figured out. These aren't hacks. They're not supplements in a flashy bottle. They are the actual mechanisms your body uses to build muscle, and exactly how to work with them, not against them. Stay for secret number 7. It contradicts 50 years of fitness advice. It's the most controversial thing I'll say today. And it's the one that changes everything. Here's the question that should keep you watching. How many of these 10 are you getting wrong right now? Secret hashone. The real enemy isn't age. Let me introduce you to the actual villain in this story. Anabolic resistance. Not low testosterone. Not getting old. Not bad genetics. Anabolic resistance is the phenomenon where your muscle cells stop responding to the normal signals that trigger growth. Think of it this way, a 30-year-old eats a chicken breast, and his muscle fibers perk up like they just got an urgent text. After 60, those same cells are hard of hearing. You're sending the same message, but the volume is too low for them to pick up. This is why men over 60 can eat clean, train consistently, and still plateau. You're not doing it wrong. You're doing the wrong version of right. Meet my friend David. He's 67. 3 days a week in the gym, high-protein diet, no alcohol. And yet he was losing muscle. His doctor told him it was just aging. But when David stopped chasing the old program and started targeting the signal directly, his physique tightened up within 4 months. The question isn't how to work harder. It's, how do you turn the volume back up on a system that's become hard of hearing? That answer begins with what's on your plate, and specifically, when it arrives. Secret #2 protein's hidden timer. You're probably not eating too little protein. You're eating it at the wrong times. Research from the University of Arkansas found that for men over 60, when you consume protein matters up to 3 times more than the total daily amount. Let that land for a moment. Most men treat protein like a tank they fill slowly throughout the day. A little at breakfast, a little more at lunch, a moderate dinner. That approach works beautifully when you're 28. After 60, it barely registers. Here's why. The key to triggering muscle protein synthesis is an amino acid called leucine. It's the ignition switch. And after 60, your ignition requires more voltage. You need roughly 3 grams of leucine per meal to reliably flip that switch. That means a couple of eggs at breakfast? Not enough. You need a concentrated hit, 30 to 40 grams of high-quality protein in a single sitting. Think, 1 full chicken breast, a can of tuna, a large scoop of whey protein with a glass of milk. That's the knock loud enough to be heard. 3 meals. 3 clear signals. Instead of 12 faint whispers your cells ignore. Secret #3. Why? 3 big meals beat 6 small ones. The eat every 2 to 3 hours advice was built for younger physiques. For men over 60, it dilutes your most powerful tool. When you spread 150 grams of protein across 6 small meals, each feeding delivers roughly 25 grams, below the leucine threshold for older muscle cells. You've technically hit your macros and still sent 0 effective muscle-building signals all day. Consolidate those same 150 grams into 3 substantial meals. Morning, midday, evening, and you've sent 3 clean, high-voltage signals. Your cells notice. They respond. This isn't caloric restriction. It's signal engineering. And it's one of the most powerful adjustments a man over 60 can make without changing a single exercise. But here's the trap, and 90% of men fall into it at week 6. You get the protein right. You nail the timing. And then you walk into the gym and undo all of it with the wrong training approach. I'll show you exactly what that mistake looks like and how to fix it. Secret #4. Your new rep range. Forget what you knew about strength training. The 3 to 5 rep maxes that built muscle in your 30s are now working against you. After 60, heavy singles and low rep grinding creates joint stress your body can't recover from efficiently. You're not weaker, you're smarter. and smart training after 60 lives in the 8 to 1 5 rep range. Here's the physiology. Higher rep ranges under moderate load create more metabolic stress and sustained muscle tension. The two primary triggers that older muscle tissue responds to best. You're not compromising on results. You're choosing the stimulus that actually works for your biology. Start with two foundational movements, a dumbbell press and a leg press. Pick a weight you can handle for 10 clean reps. Your goal on the last set? Push to 12 or 13. That final rep or two, that's where adaptation lives. Secret #5, the mind-muscle connection. Here's something most men skip entirely, and it costs them months of progress. Intentional muscle activation. The mind-muscle connection isn't mystical. It's neurological. Research shows that consciously focusing on the muscle being worked increases activation by up to 2, 0, 30, 5% compared to just going through the motions. Before each set, pause. Touch the muscle you're about to train. Think about the movement you're creating. When you press, feel your chest. When you row, feel your back pulling, not your hands gripping. This is where men over 60 have an enormous edge over younger guys. You have the patience to slow down and do this right. Use it. Secret cardinal says, tempo trees, untrees. Speed kills in the wrong way. Slamming through reps quickly might feel like effort, but it's dramatically reducing the time your muscles spend under actual tension. And tension is the stimulus. Tempo 3 1 true fixes this. 3 seconds, lowering the weight, eccentric. 1 second, pause at the bottom. 3 seconds, lifting concentric. That's 7 seconds of time under tension per rep. 10 reps at this tempo means 70 seconds of continuous muscle stimulus per set. Compare that to someone banging out reps in 1 to 2 seconds each. They're getting 10 to 20 seconds. You're getting 70. This is the safest, most joint-friendly way to build muscle after 60. Slow is smooth. Smooth is strong. Secret #7, the most controversial truth. Your workout doesn't build muscle. Your workout destroys it. Stay with me. When you train, you create micro tears in muscle fibers. Inflammation rise. Your body enters a breakdown state. That's not failure, that's the signal. But here, where 95% of men over 60 make the critical error. They train again before the repair is complete. Muscle is built during recovery. While you sleep, while you rest. While your nervous system is calm and your body can redirect energy into repair and growth. This is where heart rate variability, HRV, becomes your most powerful training tool. HRV is a measurement of the variation in time between each of your heartbeats. A high HRV means your nervous system is recovered, balanced, and ready to grow. A low HRV means your body is stressed, inflamed, and in survival mode, not building mode. Here's the brutal truth. You can eat perfectly, train perfectly, and if your HRV is low, you will not build meaningful muscle that day. You're flooring the gas with the parking brake on. Modern tools like the Whoop Band, Garmin Watch, or Oura Ring measure HRV overnight automatically. Check it each morning. If your HRV is low, walk instead of lift. That's not a missed day. That's the smartest decision you made all week. Training frequency guided by recovery data isn't weakness. It's precision. Secret #8, the REM sleep protocol. You cannot talk about recovery without talking about sleep specifically. REM sleep. During deep and REM sleep cycles, your pituitary gland releases the majority of your daily human growth hormone. This is the hormone most responsible for muscle repair, fat metabolism, and tissue regeneration. Cut your sleep short, and you don't just feel tired. You biologically cannot rebuild what you broke down in training. Men over 60 need 7 to 8.5 hours of quality sleep per night. Not time in bed, actual sleep. The difference matters. Practical protocol. Stop caffeine after 1 p.m. Caffeine has a half-life of 5 to 7 hours in your bloodstream. Lower your room temperature to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 degrees Celsius. Your body drops its core temperature to enter deep sleep, and a cool room accelerates this. Avoid screens 45 minutes before bed. Blue light suppresses melatonin, your sleep signal. Use your HRV tracker to verify you're getting restorative sleep, not just hours. If your sleep is broken, your muscle building is broken. Fix the sleep, and everything downstream improves. Secret #9 electrolyte and mineral balance. This one surprises most men. You're training consistently, eating enough protein, but you might be quietly depleted in the minerals that make muscular contraction possible. Magnesium, potassium, and sodium are the electrical infrastructure of muscle function. Without adequate levels, your muscles cramp, fatigue faster, and recover slower. Many men over 60 are chronically low in magnesium specifically and don't know it. Simple solution: magnesium glycinate, not oxide. It absorbs poorly. 300 to 400 milligrams before bed. Also improves sleep quality. Electrolyte drink after training if you sweat heavily, not a sugary sports drink, but one with actual mineral content. Leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, and avocado as dietary sources of potassium and magnesium. The men who build muscle consistently after 60 aren't just counting protein grams. They're managing their body's mineral environment. Secret has on zero, the compound effect of consistency. And finally, the most underrated secret of all. Not because it's complicated, because it's uncomfortable. Consistency over months beats intensity over weeks. Your body adapts slowly. Specifically after 60, the timeline for visible muscle changes is 3 to 4 months minimum when done correctly. Men who train brilliantly for 3 weeks and then skip 2 weeks will never see what's possible. Men who train well enough, consistently, every single week for 6 months will transform. You're not competing with 2, 5-year-olds. You're competing with the 85% of men your age who gave up. And they gave up because they expected faster results than biology allows. Here's the reframe. You are not too old. Most men just quit too early. Muscle after 60 isn't aesthetic vanity. Research links higher muscle mass in older men to a 72% lower risk of all-cause mortality. Your muscle is your armor. It protects your independence. It determines whether you carry your own groceries at 80 or whether someone carries them for you. This is the most important investment you can make, and it has nothing to do with your birth certificate. Your 7-day action blueprint. This is where information becomes action. Here is your first week, simple, clear, and built for men starting from 0. Day 1 foundation. Choose 2 exercises. Dumbbell chest press plus goblet squat. Select a weight you can lift for 10 clean reps. Use tempo 3-1-3. Do 2 sets per exercise. Focus entirely on feeling the muscle work. Log your sleep hours tonight. Day 2, active recovery. No lifting. Walk 30 minutes. Check your HRV if you have a tracker. Eat 3 protein-rich meals. Target 3-5-4-0 G per meal. Day 3, training. Add 1 more exercise. Dumbbell row. Push your last set to 12 reps if you can. Note the weight used. Day 4, rest and sleep audit. Assess your last 3 nights. Are you getting 7+ hours? If not, identify and fix 1 sleep disruption tonight. Start magnesium glycinate before bed if you haven't. Day 5, training. Repeat day 1 exercises. Try to add 1 rep or 2.5 pounds to what you did on day 1. This is called progressive overload. It's the engine of all muscle growth. Day 6, light movement. Walk, swim, or gentle stretching. Let your body repair. Day 7, reflect. Write down, how did your energy feel this week? How was sleep? Did protein timing feel manageable? This is your new baseline. You just completed your first week of training correctly for your biology. Here is what I want you to carry with you. You are not fighting age. You are working with your body's actual code, the version it runs after 60. And that code, when you understand it, is more responsive than most men realize. The men who are strong, independent, and vital at 70, 75, 80, they didn't have better genetics. They had better information and the discipline to apply it consistently. You now have the information. Join the community of men who choose strength over decline. Subscribe not just to watch videos, but to stay accountable to the version of yourself that refuses to give up. I post every Tuesday. Hit the bell so you don't miss it. Because the goal was never to look 25 again. The goal is to be the strongest, most capable, most independent version of yourself at 70. And that is entirely within your control. You're not too old. Most men just quit too early. Don't be most men.